Hey everyone, this is Light, and welcome to a tier list update video where I'll be talking about BBK, Eml Ilynav, Frida, and the upcoming balance patch units. If you're interested in hearing about other units on this list, please watch my previous tier list video that will be linked in the description. So as always, before we get started, I'll explain the tiers. So for S plus tier, these are the most broken units in the game with the highest priority in the draft. For S tier, these are units that you'll be picking alongside the S plus tier, but they aren't quite strong enough to be first pick priority. And for A tier, these are situational and counter pick units that are very common in the meta. And A minus is basically the same as A, but much less common. A and A minus used to be the same tier, but it became oversaturated, so I made a different tier to make it easier to prioritize the units. And for B tier, these units are unreliable units that don't really perform well enough to have a spot in the meta. And as for cleave tier, I believe there is no point ranking cleave units because cleave units as a whole are as strong as the playstyle, and I believe cleave is top tier right now. So yeah, with all that said, let's get into it. So first off, let's start with BBK. So this one kind of flew under the radar of my last tier list video because I made the video before like BBK started getting really popular, and this unit is an absolute monstrosity. She's a very sticky DPS. She's very hard to kill because her EE gives her 2 layers of immortality. So like, you can't proc her second immortality without her first immortality running out, which makes her really annoying to deal with. And then her passive gives her an insane amount of free stats, so she can be built very slow. She can have tons of damage and also other annoying stats like ER to just make her to just give her tons of build diversity. And yeah, absolutely obnoxious unit. She's good in every playstyle. She's good in standard, good in aggressive play, good in cleave. And she even has an entire playstyle that revolves around her and like multiple defense break units now. So yeah, absolutely insane unit. I think with band protection, if you want an easy climb in RTA next season, just pick BBK every game. This unit might be the easiest to play unit in the game. It's kind of ridiculous, and her counterplay is very difficult. So yeah, very easily S plus tier, kind of ridiculous. And let's see, next we have Eml Ilynav. Oh boy, she was quite controversial when she came out, and then people were like flip-flopping, being like, oh, she does no damage, oh, she's so underwhelming. So most of her power is in her S2. So I think people people kind of underrate Ilynav because she doesn't pop off and kill everything, but she has underlying effects on the game that are ridiculous. So to put it in perspective, if Ilynav is available, you can no longer slam Eml Haste, Senya, Laya, or Janua without getting rid of Ilynav either by pre-ban or picking her yourself. So Ilynav eliminates 3 of the S plus tier units. So that's kinda crazy. And not only that, if you pick Ilynav yourself, that means you have free reign to pick these units and all the units that she counters. So for example, let's say someone picks Ilynav, you can no longer pick Eml Haste, Senya, Laya, Janua, you can't pick Yuffie anymore, you can't pick Gala anymore, you can't pick Strays, you can't pick Leica, you can't pick Rowana, you can't pick you can't pick any unit that has defense pen built into their kit because they're gonna do no damage. So Ilynav is extremely strong in the sense that she completely warps the draft. She messes with the units that you're able to pick, and she's also not that bad in the damage department. Like Destro Pen does respectable damage. Like her kit is decent. Her kit is very decent. But yeah, most of the power is in her S2. She doesn't have explosive damage, which is why people don't like her. But the effect that she has on the game is insane. A lot of cleavers are already pre-banning her. I think if you play Anchor Cleave with Eml Haste and Eml Senya, she's an automatic pre-ban for you. Like, she is ridiculous. And she also... her biggest counters are debuffers, DDR, and defense break, a Tywin. So she's like accentuating the DDR a Tywin meta. Cause like she dumpsters Laya. So yeah, she just makes DDR and a Tywin like better because they're one of her only answers. So that's kind of crazy. And also BBK. BBK has great synergy with these two. BBK doesn't have defense pen, so BBK doesn't care about Ilynav. So yeah, Ilynav, S+ tier easily, completely warps the game. Makes DDR and a Tywin even higher priority than they already are. So yeah, pretty ridiculous unit. Easy S+ tier. Let's see who else. Let's talk about Frida. Frida's very annoying. She enables a lot of like weird aggro cleavy shenanigans because a free soul burn is kind of insane. Like that's a soul burn Knockwall, that's like a soul burn Roy, and that's a soul burn Letty. Yeah, there's a lot of funny things you can do with Frida. She's very similar to Bunny Dom, cause like they're both CR boost and attack buff, and they also give souls with specific artifacts. So yeah, she's definitely very strong. You'll often see people pick her alongside Eml Ilynav and Ran and all that. Definitely has a place in RTA, although using her is slightly awkward. Rather, I haven't seen people use her that well, but I think that she has tons and tons of potential to be insanely annoying because Soulburn is broken, and she's gonna be a very strong enabler for that. So yeah, very good unit, But this is more of a unit that you'll like change your builds for. So I can't put her like S+ tier. Like Frida probably belongs in band protection, or maybe she'll be in like your second pick or something. But yeah, not very strong, but not S+ tier. Will enable a lot of shenanigans in the future. I just think we haven't seen that many yet. So yeah, that's it for like the regular units that have been released. So now I'm going to let's pre-rank like buffed Alencia. There's no more Pyroflan. Honestly, I would have put Pyroflan like very high. I should not. Pyroflan would have been like A at most. I think Pyroflan gets countered by Eml Sharon a bit too hard. But also there might have been argument for Pyroflan. Like, I don't think she would have actually gotten countered by Eml Sharon. I think there was argument for Pyroflan. She could have probably just one-shot Eml Sharon. With defense break and bombs, I think Pyroflan actually might have been S tier. Because I don't see I don't see many units actually countering her, to be honest. Maybe Eml Ilynav, but like, she might have been S tier. It's dangerous to think. It's scary to think about. But yeah. So Alencia, so after the balance patch, Alencia is gonna get 10% injury on all her attacks. She gets 20 crit chance for free. Free stats are always good. Built-in injury is nice. If you have injury set, you can stack injury like crazy. Defense buff is nice. I feel like there might have been a world that Alencia... There might be a world that Alencia will become the premier injury bruiser. Although I feel like Eml Shu's utility with her speed buff might trump her, but... we'll see. I think it's extremely valuable that they changed her S1 soul burn to ignore ER. Cause like a lot of people they're starting to stack ER now, and like these bruisers with like random debuffs that'll never land are kind of whatever. But like soul burn ignore ER for only one soul is kind of cool for like closing out games. So yeah, I think Alencia will be. I think Alencia might have a bright future, but that's just a guess. I feel like she might have a bright future. I hope so. Alencia. She's pretty cool, but yeah, A tier at best is my prediction. And Lionheart Seria, oh man, Lionheart Seria is such a fan favorite, but I don't think this buff really did her justice. Like at this point, I'm kind of tempted to just move her into cleave tier, cause like the buff of removing her fighting spirit is only beneficial to Ran cleavers who pick Lionheart into Eml Poly. Because like the issue with Lionheart is like she can't kill anything. If someone has Aureus plus a mitigation like Albedo, or flat out they have C armament, Lionheart doesn't do any damage unless she gets set up with defense break. And the best way to do that is to pick her with like cleave with like Ran and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I think Lionheart will stay the same. I think being able to be picked into Eml Poly is very valuable. But that's about it. That's about it. I think she'll be slightly better. Of course she'll be slightly more usable, but don't get your hopes up. So next we have Judge Kise. This is very a lot of people were calling her change like a nerf. Me included. Cause like slow burn extra turn was kinda cool. But now it's like a 50%, it's like a 100% CR boost instead. Against like Yuffie and stuff, which is whatever. Like it introduces like a new counter to her, but at the same time, I think I feel like someone at Smilegate is like an Omid cleaver, and he's like, or he's like an Omid cleave fanatic. He's like, guys, let's make Judge Kise a good Omid cleave unit. Let's also buff Fan of Light and Dark, and make Judge Kise a premier Omid cleave unit or something. And like I don't know, maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad. I think this is something that we'll have to see in practice. But yeah, I think Judge Kise, she's in cleave tier, but I think she'll be usable for sure. She already was, and this slight change could be good, could be bad. I don't know personally, but I think she has potential. I think she has a lot of potential in the Omid cleave, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's about it for this update. Like yeah, BBK, Ilynav, Frida, relevant balance patch updates. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope it was informative. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.